Are you guys ready for this one? Because Sony has admitted that they made terrible choices and terrible Spider-Man films since The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and they're now saying the goal is, you just gotta make good comic book films. Because even good ones these days, highlighting this year, aren't delivering the type of box office you expect. So now it's either the best you can make, or don't make it at all. Does anybody here like Sony admitting that they're dumb and made mistakes? Oh, you do? Well, isn't this the video for you? Because, hey, we get to take another lap at taking a dump on Sony for every dumb decision they've made. Which admittedly is many, but hey, at least now Sony understands they made all these mistakes. So recently, in an interview with The Wrap, we had people from Sony, specifically the people running the Sony Pictures division, aka Films, talking about The Amazing Spider-Man 2, what happened with that, going all the way to their last couple films, Madam Web, Venom: The Last Dance, and Kraven. And in there, they also highlight their MCU offerings and how that's done in terms of fan feedback, critic feedback, and box office takes. So the Sony CEO was talking about everything that happened from the mid-2010s to now. And he said that the one thing that they've learned, the big lesson, is you can't just produce trash comic book films because you got the IP and hope that people show up. And he says that might have worked in the late 2010s, but the people are now aware of what goes where, what is what, and that you have to listen to the fans, and that they took too much time focusing on Spider-Man brands that weren't going to deliver the goods. So in essence, what he's saying is, everything we did outside the MCU Spider-Man, we should not have done. And he does say Venom starts off strong, but then by the end of it, it's making half of what the first one did. And he says that right now, if you look at all the comic book films that are coming out, you have amazing films. And he highlights 2025 specifically, saying that these films are performing worse than films from a decade ago. And he points out that now you have to make exceptional comic book films, and if you make a bad film, nobody's going to see it. Highlighting some of their offerings in the last 5 years, saying that that's the reason that the Sony Spider-Man IP has suffered so much doubt and loss of money. And again, remember, Sony said in their own fiscal calls and earnings, they would have made more money by not making a single Spider-Man spin-off film than they did making them. They, as a matter of fact, lost money making all the films that don't feature Spider-Man. Yes, believe it or not, despite the 3 Venom films making profits, the films that didn't actually used all that profit and made them pull a negative. So they technically have made no money from any of the films outside of the MCU, which is absolutely insane, but you got a CEO talking about this. And he talks about how it's hard to market things now because people know. People are aware of what's going on, and people just say, well, this film looks cheap. It looks like a Netflix film. We'll just wait to watch it on Netflix. And now he says either you make the best comic book film possible that's going to pull in 500+ million, or you don't make it at all. Because if you make it and it doesn't, you've lost 500 million. I can't believe Sony's learning. Absolutely insane. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.